إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن سيدنا وحبيبنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم بلغ الرسالة وأدى الأمانة ونصح الأمة وكشف الغمة وجاهد في الله حق جهاده حتى أتاه اليقين. Brothers and sisters, we welcome you to a new episode of this Ramadan series. Indeed, among the things we should avoid as we observe in this month of Ramadan, excessive arguments. A lot of Muslims, a lot of our brothers and sisters indulge in excessive arguments. Sometimes about football, they will be arguing from morning till evening. And when you ask yourself, what are they going to benefit from all these arguments? Nothing. They'll be talking about footballers, they'll be insulting them, they'll be doing a whole lot of things about football. And some too, they argue politically between the political parties. Because of these political parties, they will insult each other, they will defend their political parties, and they don't even get any benefit from these political leaders or political parties that they follow. But yet they waste their energy, they waste their time fighting, arguing, challenging, defending these political parties and these footballers. So in this Ramadan, we need to cancel all these things from our life so that we don't end up wasting much of our hours, much of our time in argument that will not bring us any benefit or reward. We need to do what will please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We need to do what we are sure of that we are going to get reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So in this month, if you know you are a fan of football argument, football discussions, you need to call it off. At least reduce it. Like from 100 to 90. And you need to avoid some locations or some places you've been sitting for arguments. Because sometimes in doing that, you end up provoking others or they will end up also provoking you. And you will end up misbehaving and you are fasting. So you are easily provoked. The same thing applies to political discussions. You need to ask yourself, this party that I'm defending, what benefit will it add to my personal life? What benefit would it add to my religion? What benefit would it add to what I'm doing in life? And you ask yourself, when I go to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and He asks me, the time I gave you from this month and this time to this time and to this, from this time to that, what did you use the time for? So you are going to tell Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, at that time we were engaging in argument, we were arguing for the footballers, for this footballer, me I was supporting Messi, and this person was supporting Ronaldo, and this person was supporting Barcelona, and this person was supporting Manchester. No. You can't use this as an excuse. Because they are not things that you can get reward from. Allah never ordered for that, nor the Prophet ordered for that. So in this Ramadan, you do what has been ordered by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that's why the companions of Allah, Prophet sallallahu, they used to ask him, Mādhā amara Rabbuna? Bima amara Rabbuna? What has Allah ordered us to do? What is Allah ordering us to do? They used to ask so that they will learn and know what Allah wants them to do, what Allah wants from them, instead of doing whatever they think they like or whatever they wish to do in their lives. So we need to take the advantage to also learn and know that we shouldn't waste our time on excessive arguments. Prophet ﷺ once said in hadith, the hero is the one who leaves arguments if even he knows he is right. Even if you know you are right, more especially between us and our wives. Sometimes you know, you are sure you are right. She knows she's sure she's right. But you need to call it off. Because in arguing and in continuing, you end up provoking each other. And you end up messing up more than expected. And you end up collapsing. A whole lot of marriages have collapsed Divorce is a whole lot. And when you ask of the cause, you realize it's something that is nothing. That shouldn't have caused divorce. Oh, I told her to bring me my tea. I told her to bring to iron my this thing, and she did it. Unnecessary, some tiny things, because everybody was trying to defend his part, his portion. Then it turns to an argument. It turns to challenge. Then it turns to fight. So we need to avoid or close doors to all unnecessary arguments that we'll be engaging ourselves in. So you ask yourself, are you debating or are you arguing for Allah? Will your debate bring somebody to Islam? Will your argument bring somebody to Islam? Will your argument benefit a Muslim brother in his life, Islamically or socially? Or is just an argument that we enjoy doing it? Talking about politics, talking about entertainment. Some even argue about musicians who are not even Muslims, who even do what is against Islam. And you see us arguing about them. And sometimes we engage and indulge in these things, we even forget it's time for Salah. Because that football game is much important to us than the Salah. Sometime in Ramadan, there are a whole lot of leagues and matches that goes on within the time of Isha and Maghrib. And you realize half of the Muslims are not in the masjid. They are watching football. Subhanallah. So what do you intend to tell Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when you are brought before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the day of judgment and he asks you, why did you miss prayer on this day and that? So you tell him on that day we had match, I was supporting Barcelona, and Barcelona today had match, so I needed to watch that match. Will that be an excuse? Will your excuse be accepted? No. Because you were sent down here to worship Allah, not to go and support football clubs or political parties. So we need to know what we are using our time for and how we are making good use of our time, so that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bless our lives and increase us in Iman. That's why in the hadith Rasulullah said, Al-Iman yazid wa yanqus. Our Iman appreciates. When we do good things, the Iman keeps on appreciating. The same thing when you do bad things too, the Iman keeps on to depreciate. To an extent, you will not even mind salat, you will not even mind, to an extent before you realize you've even stopped praying. So we have to indulge or engage in some things that will help our Iman appreciate. That's why Prophet ﷺ said in hadith, the mu'min or the believer will not indulge in fornications until the close or the of Iman is being drawn away from him. Then you find him going astray. So if you want to maintain our Iman, if you want to appreciate in our Iman, we need to do what pleases Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not what pleases our own emotions or intentions. We need to do what Allah has ordered us to do, not what we want to do, not what we think we can do, or what the community are doing, or everybody is playing football, or everybody is doing this and that. Whether haram or halal, we also have to do the same thing. No. As Muslims, we do what pleases Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that's all. So there is no need for us to engage in what would trigger the anger of Allah towards us. Brothers and sisters, with this we come to an end of our episode, and we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for bringing us together in these lessons, and inshallah we hope these lessons will be beneficial to you and me. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us Jannah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.